It's scary, said Koji Otomo, 87, a retired teacher and head of Shimohama Club. With the population declining steadily and quickly like this, there is no way of painting a vision for the future. Akita's population is forecast to fall 41% by 2045, when half of the prefecture's estimated 600,000 residents will be older than 65, according to the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research. But so far little has changed. Several cities there are redesigning themselves to provide more efficient services for the dwindling population. The prefecture is more than 5 times the size of Tokyo but has just a fraction of the population. Empty streets as evening falls, pedestrians become scarce on the main street leading to Akita Station, the city's transportation hub. "Let's enjoy night shopping," reads a sign at a nearby department store, but it closes its doors at 7:30 p.m. We now have more funeral parlors. There are increased instances where an old building is torn down and a new one under construction at the site turns out to be a funeral house, said Fumiko Miura, a local government employee. Jun Numea, director of elder care provider Fukanoto, said a lack of qualified caregivers have forced it to suspend operations at one of its 3 facilities last year. Numea, who is also a member of Akita's prefectural assembly, said Akita's problems will eventually have a direct impact on Tokyo. But the countryside is losing ability to bear and raise children and provide them, to Tokyo, because of lower birth rates, he added. If the countryside stops functioning, Tokyo naturally stops functioning as well. They want young people. Starting this autumn, women in Kazuno, a city of 31,000 people in northern Akita, must go to neighboring Odate City to give birth. Universities deploying obstetricians to the region are focusing on an Odate hospital, partly because there were too few pregnancies in Kazuno. Childbirth is the very foundation of any region. This could become the primary factor to push Kazuno into a decline, said Daisuke Onbo, a leader of a citizens group seeking to restore labor and delivery services there. At Akita City's Asahi Taxi, more than half of its 148 drivers are 65 or older. Half of us here in this company are past typical retirement ages. Probably, people don't even think they are doing something special by working hard into an advanced age, said Tadashi Sato, head of the company's General Affairs Division. He is 81. Younger adults are an increasingly precious commodity in Akita. I was quite frequently asked if I would be staying in Akita, she said. I felt their expectations. I also felt slightly pressured to stay. That made me keenly realize that they want young people. Nature's come back as the population has shrunk, wildlife has moved back in, including wild bears attracted by unharvested chestnuts and persimmons and emboldened by fading signs of human activity. 20 people were killed or injured by bears in the prefecture in the year ended in March, a record high. Just outside Onii Elementary School in Kita Akita City, a "Beware of Bears" sign is illustrated with a menacing animal. Since Akita's population slide is probably unstoppable, drastic changes are needed, said Yutaka Akita, a senior economist at Mizuho Research Institute. Metropolises such as Tokyo will not be spared, he added. Popular areas will survive, but it would not be surprising if areas that are not so popular will have a lot of vacant houses and turn into slums, Akita said of how parts of big cities could hollow out. Tokyo's government expects its population to peak in 2025 at 14 million before starting a steady decline. And by 2055, it will look a lot like Akita Prefecture does now. People 65 or older are expected to account for 1/3 of its total population, up from 23% in 2015.